Welcome back to One Hot Bite. Melissa here, where healthy doesn't have to be boring, and I'm going to show you how today we are going to make muffins. It's fall, we're heading into winter, let's get baking, but we don't want to do anything normal or usual. We want to add some flair and sass, and we want to keep it light. So I'm thinking today we're going to make spicy bacon streusel beer muffins. Why not add all the greatest things together in one delicious light muffin? So we're going to make these today. We're going to start out spicing our bacon. But I do want to take a second and thank all of you so much for being here. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for those of you just checking in and seeing what's going on. Hopefully you'll like what you see and you can subscribe too. But we're gonna get cooking now. Like I said, we are gonna spice the bacon first. So this is 3 tablespoons of dark brown sugar, and you can use anywhere from a half a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of the ground red pepper, depending on how spicy you want. Just add 2 teaspoons of water to this. No big deal, mix it together nice. And as soon as we get it thoroughly mixed, we're gonna go ahead and coat our bacon. Just gonna need a small cookie sheet for this, and you're going to foil line it. And you didn't see me put the rack on. You'll see a picture of that later, but I actually forgot and then I remembered. But we're going to take each bacon slice and you can dip it in, you can baste it on with a brush, however you see fit. We're going to go ahead and coat every single one. Well, there's only 3, let's be honest. 3 of these apple smoked bacon slices, and make sure they're really well coated because this sweet spicy mix really comes out in these muffins. So again, remember that you need a rack to cook these on because we're going to cook these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes, depending on how crisp you like them. So as soon as you get these all coated, we're going to go ahead and stick them in the oven and leave those for about 20 minutes. As soon as it's all cooled, see how it comes out in there, just these beautiful candied strips of bacon with that good spice to it. Chop this up as fine or as chunky as you want. I kind of did a little bit of both. So I like to have a varying size of chunks in this because these are going to go in the muffins and on top of the muffins. This is going to be part of our streusel as well. So now we're going to go ahead and make that. We have 3 tablespoons of old-fashioned rolled oats and 1 tablespoon of flour. We're going to add to that 1 tablespoon of butter. We're just going to whip that together. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed and there's no dry flour pieces. Let that butter coat everything. As soon as everything is coated, we are going to take about 2 tablespoons of our minced up spicy bacon. We're going to throw that in the streusel, and the rest go ahead and set aside, put in a bowl, whatever you need to do. We will get to that. We're going to save it for just a minute. But now we need to make our filling after we get this all mixed up and thoroughly mix this as well. This is just going to be set aside and go on top of our muffins. In this bowl, I have 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I've added a half a cup of more of that packed brown sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and whisk that together so everything's mixed. Here are our wet ingredients. We're going to crack 1 large egg, and we're going to need 3 tablespoons of an oil. I used virgin coconut oil. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to whisk this together really nice and make it smooth, just so the egg is nice and beaten. And now we are going to add the magic ingredient. So if you have a Guinness Stout beer or any other stout beer on hand, we're going to use 2/3 of a cup of this stout beer. I brought it a tiny bit to room temperature just so I didn't want the beer too cold because I don't want it to solidify my coconut oil again. So as soon as I have the 2/3 of a cup in here, as soon as you have all of those ingredients in there, we're just going to whisk these together, make sure they're thoroughly mixed, and we're going to add it to our dry ingredients. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to add this to our dry ingredients, and you don't need to get crazy. We just want to make sure that everything gets moist. So we're going to whisk this together, and we actually need to add 1 more ingredient. Remember the bacon that we held aside? We are now going to add that chunked bacon, the remaining bit, to our batter, and we're going to thoroughly mix that. So now we have bacon throughout. You cannot lose with that. As soon as it's thoroughly mixed, we just need a muffin pan. Any pan will do, and you can put liners in or you can grease each one of the cups. It's up to you. Today I used liners. And get all those in. You're going to notice that the dough is sticky, and it's okay. This is normal. It's not because it has some really rich ingredients, it's not going to be runny. So you want your dough a little bit firm and sticky like this. So go ahead and fill up each one of those cups. And as soon as you have them all filled up, we're going to add that yummy streusel on top. So see how gorgeous these look? So sprinkle this evenly over the top of each one of the 12 muffins. And we are going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for 18 minutes or until done. So make sure you test them with a toothpick, and in the oven they go. These smell amazing already. I can't wait till they come out. I don't know about you, but I'm going to call this a one hot bite. This can be a snack. This can be breakfast. With the beer in it, maybe it makes it a breakfast of champions, but let's give it a try. They cooked really nice. They are soft and fluffy. You can kind of see how they're spongy. That was really good. These are so good. They're not too sweet at all. They're very well balanced. You get the sweet and the salt from the bacon as it comes in. You have the crunchy streusel that's on top. These are very, very, very good. This is a nice, non-sweet, delectable muffin that you can 176 calories, so not bad at all, and it's just under 6 grams of fat, so it's not high in fat either. But this is one delicious spicy bacon beer muffin. You can make a double batch of these and freeze them, and to heat them back up, just stick them in the microwave for 35-45 seconds, depending on how warm you want them. So you can even make extra ahead. These be great neighbor gifts too as we come into the holidays. We are gonna bake one more time when I see you next time, and we're gonna make a giant skillet cookie with a special sauce. So tune in next time. Love you guys.